Hello, 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 and welcome to the ENG Youth Netball Premier League Review Show. Well, today we'll be talking about who's in the driving seat for the U12 South, who's top four in the U14 South, and review the U14s and 13s North and South. And we have, is it Ella, Ava, and Ruby on as well, Richard?
Yeah, there's a new Ruby in town, apparently.
New Ruby, man, new Ruby. I'll tell you what was rude, was the people we have the live stream from. So everybody, thank you for the people out there, by the way. I can't thank this enough. Some of you have been really nice about it. And, you know, look, I've given monies back where required, but it's an interesting thing. It's you know, people love it. You can tell. We were talking about this the other day about, you know, let us know. Yeah, do comment. I'll put a little note here as well. Do comment, people. We want to see these things in the comments. Oh, look, I just turned my comments thing. I see you've put on there, Richard. Ask some questions. So let's go. But yeah, it's frustrating for me, but there's nothing I can do. It's to do with the third party, blah, 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 people we host with. I'm not going to bore you with dated sort of stuff that Richard might fall asleep. So I'm not going to do that. But I am still on it. I've spent like at least 4 hours the other day. Oh, mate, it's just crazy. But we were talking about it. I was quickly saying, is we understand the frustration. Well, I especially do, and I know you do, that it's not working and it's not doing. But at the moment, we're going to move it to YouTube if we're unable to. But again, I am trying my best to get it all sorted, but it's not just me. Anyway,
you've had a bit of bad luck the last few weeks, yeah, unfortunately.
And I'm also fixing Frankie the camper van, so that's another thing. But it was an interesting weekend we had, sir, I believe, apart from the live stream, which obviously we still brought you the action, as they say. So, what? How do you want to start this one, my friend?
Well, let's start going through the scores of the Under-14s League.
Right, let's get it going. Right.
Yep. So this Saturday we had the Under-14s ENG Youth Netball Premier League Southern Conference. Some great games again. This league was always about bridging the gap between the best and the rest, and we are definitely doing that. Again, the quality of match play, the standard of the play. Near enough every team now has won a game in this league.
Oh.
We didn't have that last season. We had about 2 or 3 teams at the bottom with 0 points, but now we've got every team at least won one game apart from the bottom place team. So it just shows you there's a good balance this season. And yeah, let's go through the scores very quickly. So first game was Western Park Blades versus Magic. Now Magic, I know they're very frustrated sometimes because they don't kind of edge these type of games, but I've got to say, Magic, you are the best team in this league for entertainment. Like seriously, every game you play is so even and so close that it's just great for entertainment. Like, I'm sitting on my chair and I'm thinking, happy days, Magic are playing. It's going to be a close game. So this game, I generally thought as we got to the fourth quarter, Magic would go on and win this. They had that momentum, but potentially a few decisions went against them, and in the end, Western Park Blades got the win. But I do think the big reason for that, and well, this is what I know, defensively, Western Park Blades did a great job throughout that game. So we did talk about that in the interview. So defensively, Western Park Blades, well done. You shut out 2 good shooters there for enough to basically get the win. Next up, Ryland versus CD Phoenix. Ryland looking really strong this season, 34-9. Not really much happening in the game apart from Ryland dominated it. And surprising to hear the CD Phoenix girls talk about how they didn't even expect to win. And they, you know, if you go back to like things when you listen to like people like Mike Tyson from the boxing world, you know, he would talk about that mentality of someone not thinking they would win, and that's why he would blow them out within a round. Mentality is such an important thing when you approach anything, and if you're coming there and you're kind of telling yourself you're going to lose, then unfortunately your body's going to react to that as well. So yeah, maybe just focus a little bit more on, you know, we can instead of we can't type of thing. Team Bridge against Magic, a tricky game here for Magic. Probably in my eyes, a bit more difficult than the Western Park Blades one, based on the history of Team Bridge. and finally got I wouldn't say convincing, but a relatively big enough win where their poor coach didn't have to stress out and have an heart attack. So, but it was close up until the final quarter, but Magic went and got the win. So it was a massively important win there. Then CD Phoenix against Western Park Blades. Western Park Blades, convincing win. Good win for them, and that gave them 2 wins in one day, which is the first time this season. So well done to Western Park Blades. Then Ryland had 5 of their players who had to go to a hockey competition or hockey game for their school. And a lot of schools, they dictate to kids a lot about what they can and cannot do. And I'm just not a big believer in that. Like, they might have wanted to go. Like, I'm not trying to create tension between the school or whatever, but you hear you hear a lot about schools dictating.
Yeah,
kids have to. Do you know what? I always say this: if you have to force someone to do something, then they shouldn't be doing it. Or just give someone the choice. Like, just let people live and die by their decisions. Like, there's some decisions you can't allow a child to make. But at the same time, there is decisions you can allow them to make, and they can learn to live by those decisions and make those mistakes, or they will pay off. So, you know, when it comes to school, club, and sometimes just, you know, why would you want to keep someone somewhere if they didn't want to be there? But I'm not saying that's the case for Ryland. They might have, well, they probably wanted to go to hockey, but they played Team Bridge, and even with a full team was always going to be difficult. And unfortunately lost their first game of the season. Now, that stopped them going to the top of the table. But at the same time, Team Bridge get a good win, a good solid win to get their season underway, and they've still got enough games to push themselves into the top 4 places. So Team Bridge are off and running. And we talked to them about
About time, I reckon.
I know, they're a bit like I told him in an interview, they're a bit like my bank balance. 1 minute's up, next minute it's plunging to the floor.
Mate, I watch them in the back. I watch them in the background, yeah, and they're not happy. They're like,
we've spoke about this in the interview. They literally are the up and down team of this league.
The roller coaster team. There we go.
The roller coaster team. So I'm hoping they get the consistency now, and they can start showing everyone how good they are, because we know they're a good team. They just got to show it more often. Next game, we'll just avoid. It was AP Saints Eagles, but let's not go there. Next up, Cross Keys Shan. What a game of netball. This game was all about the centre court players for me. Now, there was good stuff happening in defensively. There was good stuff happening in the attacking area, but the mid court was phenomenal. We had Grace from Cross Keys, who, again, I've said it about 1,000 times, one of the most talented centre court players this country has at this level. And then you had the Shan centre court player, Martin, who we did an interview with weeks ago, and we talked about, you know, playing against Grace and stuff. And she said she'd give it a good go, and she definitely did. Like, the first half, first 2 quarters, Grace had the better of Annabelle, and but in the next 2 quarters, Annabelle started to get on top of Grace, and and that was pivotal in making sure Shan got the win. So what a battle between 2 fantastic centre court players. So Grace and Annabelle, if you're watching, fantastic, well done. Turnford AP Saints, these 2 teams hadn't won a game up until this point. And it was Turnford who got the win against AP Saints. So Turnford get their first win of the season. So well done, Turnford. We're at a void. Actually, I'm going to talk about it a little bit. Eagles, this is an Eagles versus Shan game. Eagles did win it by 1 point.
It was a good game.
We're not going to go there in regards to why there's no Eagles there. But again, what a great advert that game was for youth netball.
I was firefighting, so I hardly watched any games on Saturday, by the way. Big shout out to Jack, who was obviously working with me and my son. He live streamed most of this stuff while I was fixing stuff in the background, trying to get things done. But this was one, like, we kind of got to a certain point. I actually I was actually on the camera and everything on this one. Honestly, I was like, Sky Sports better be calling me up for this one. It was emotional.
Yeah.
It was just great. Honestly,
it was tactical.
Just off the radar.
Just like you had the Shan coach who, like,
he's funny.
You
got to get him on the show, man.
Well, you had Jasmine up for Eagles, who like is one of the best shooters in the country at her level, and he devised a plan to kind of shut her out, which is near enough impossible half the time. And those little tactical changes he was making such a difference. And there was a point in the game where Shan went 2 points up and had an opportunity to go 3 points up and missed the shot. Then Eagles come back and they got the win in the last seconds. But it just was a great advert for netball. And again, unfortunately, Eagles are not in the league no more. But it was a great game. But in the end, didn't mean a lot because Shan went and got the win anyway. So Shan sit top of the league. So with 8 points there. So well done, Shan. Then last game of the day.
As well. So, okay.
Yeah.
How life events can change things. Boom.
I know there's a lot of changes there now. But Turnford against Cross Keys. Turnford are improving. They didn't have their full squad either. They had a few players playing up a year and stuff. And again, played really well. Good game to end the day. But Cross Keys got their third win of the season and finish in second. And before we bring our special guests in, Martin, let's hit everyone with what we're going to do this. We're going to do this every week. Here's the main highlights from this Saturday's games.
There we go. Stops a bit quick. Edited by Richard there, by the way.
Takes me bleeding ages to do that. I've got to go on my phone and screen record it, and I've got to cut the black bit out on the side And it's just a nightmare.
Oh,
but
we need to put on there, and you can watch this all live on. Oh, you can watch this all on FBL Broadcasting, by the way, on FBL streams live.
yeah. No, good point. Really good point.
Yeah. But yeah, nice little bit of video there, Richard. I like that.
That's good. I enjoy doing it. It's just brain numbing at the same time. But me and mine have got a task tonight. We're going to try and get this done within the hour. So we're going to bring in our special guests, and we're going to do a different way of introducing them, aren't we, Martin?
Oh yeah.
We've got a new favourite in the ENG world, and here tonight are our special guests.
And even if they didn't have like their best players like Ruby, you got a new Ruby in town.
Well, yeah. So Ruby, I noticed during.
Here they are.
Got a new Ruby in town.
Got another Ruby. People, we got a lot of traction off that. Are you popular, Ruby, by any chance?
Thank God my school doesn't know about it.
Say it again.
Thank God my school doesn't know about it.
I think they probably do. We got a lot of people looking at that. So we've got tonight we've got Ruby, we've got Ava, and we have Bella. Was it Bella?
Ella.
Ella.
Wow.
I got 2 names out of 3 right, so I'm doing well tonight.
For once.
So, girls, you've finally got your first win. So everyone knows you're from Teenbridge. Before we get going, Ava, let's start with you. Bit of background of your netball career so far. So how did you get into netball? What are your dreams and aspirations within netball? Go.
I was like in primary school, and I was just a little girl, and was very confident. And my friend started netball, so I just literally followed her along, and I literally loved it. And I just stayed. I've been in the club for about 5-6 years, and just see how successful the club is getting, and how the older people we've got people in the club that have got England trials, and it's just really nice to see and I can be like that one day, and it's just really nice to have all the support of the coaches.
So you're hoping for a potential England call up in the future, then?
Yeah.
Ella, how about you?
Pardon?
How about yourself? Give us some knowledge of yourself.
A bio.
That's bio.
Well, I've always been I was weirdly tall when I was younger, abnormally. So everyone always told me that I should start netball, but I never really listened to them. And then Ava, one of my friends, started here, so I followed her along. And yeah, I've been playing for about 3-4 years, 6 years. So yeah, and Ava, I'm not sure if I want to go to England level. I definitely want to get to at least back or 7 stars.
She wants to chill, Martin. She wants to chill.
Why would you not want to play for England?
She doesn't want to be stressed out, mate.
Oh, come on. Dude, that's part of the life, isn't it? Do live stream, that's stressing, right?
If I tried.
Exactly. Oh, so you're not trying? Is that when I finally can be bothered, I'll start playing.
It's not trying, but I think that's my number one.
No, I think you're doing it. I think you're doing it the right way. You're basically just not putting yourself on a pedestal, and if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, then no one's going to try and knock you off your pedestal. Yeah. I like your tactic. If I had that tactic in life, my life would be a lot more simpler. And Ruby, let's give us some feedback about your netball career so far.
So I've only been playing since year 6 because my favourite teacher was our netball coach. So she did make me. She asked me to come to
the gunpoint. Get up, play netball.
Detention if you don't.
But she wanted me to try and play because I love sports. I love any sport. So I just got into it. I haven't really been at the club for that long, but I'm hoping. I just want to become part of the team, and
you are part of the team.
Will be here for I don't know. As long as these guys and make it to England and just do the best I can.
So, Ruby, remind me. No, hold on. You are wing attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Ava, we know your centre. Yeah, and go shooter, go attack.
Me?
No, Ella.
Oh, Ella! No,
Yeah.
I'm a goal defence.
It's got your name on and
You've got her name wrong. Her position wrong. Goal defence, goalkeeper. The other end of the court.
It's been a long weekend, girls. All right, a very long weekend. So this weekend you got your first win of the season. Well done.
more to come.
Yeah. I do put it down a lot to the little team talk we had. Do you remember?
No, I wouldn't start on that. You've got to live with us. We've been
Can you explain just for my own personal entertainment? Can you explain to everyone what I said to you in the reception area?
Basically, you were just saying how you made a movie theatre.
And then we should kill off the other teams, and that we have a lot of talent, but we just don't show it.
And you just got a bit cocky. But
Yeah.
What? Sorry, did you say Richard got cocky?
Yes.
No. Was it you guys when I was making myself a coffee and you'd all sat there? Was it you? You lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I came up, everybody. This is the funniest thing. I thought I just have to do it. So I came out and I went, sorry, you can't sit there unless you pay £5. And they all got up. They all got up. I was like, no, I'm only joking.
I'm surprised they didn't pull out their fake wristbands.
Oh, yeah, look, got it. There's the wristbands today.
But the point I was making in the reception is that, and we've made the point, we did it in the interview, is that your team does have bags of talent. That's obvious to see, but you just don't. You decide when you want to show what talent you have. It's like you turn up to games, and sometimes I think, well, I probably won't see that team again because you don't look interested. But then you turn up another time, then you look like you're a team that potentially could win the league. So it's just kind of finding that balance mentally and getting you switched on. Would you agree or disagree?
No, I do sometimes agree with you because sometimes it's like attitudes that make us lose, but
It's not
if
really
we put our mind to it, we can do it.
it's not like we rock up and be like, oh, do this anymore. It's just like,
No. I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm saying it's just learning how to keep that high intensity more often than not. That's all.
yeah.
If we all hear each other on, we get a momentum going.
Yeah. Once we
But with
start
Ruby in the team, I don't think she's going to let you slack off now, are you, Ruby?
No, that's not happening.
I think Ruby's going to upset a lot of wing defenses in this league.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not.
No, you'll tell us like your style of playing, Ruby, is all action. Am I right in saying that? Whether you're defending or you're attacking, you're giving 110%. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, I just want my team to do the best.
And am I right in saying you're really competitive? Like you're the sort of person who plays a board game, and if they lose, you throw it across the living room?
Yeah, very much.
So yeah, with Ruby in the team, girls, she won't let you slack off. But did you know about obviously Ava and her notorious interviews before you went to Teambridge?
No, I just heard about them after my amazing one.
Yeah, I don't know if you go back in history, but Ava's quite notorious for giving us quite a controversial interview. So that's what Ava's famous for. But girls, you've got 5 games left. I don't know if you've seen, but there's no Eagles in the league no more. So, what do you think you can achieve now this season? Can you? I've got high hopes you can push for the top 4. Are you thinking that?
No, yeah, definitely. I think it was just a bit of a slow start, and like the last few weeks we've been like coming together as a team, and it's been really, really nice. So we definitely can push teams and just push them so far. And I just think anyone is beatable there, and there's not one team that like stands out to me. And I'll be honest, it's like no team I'm like, oh, we literally 100% gonna lose. Like
We've got a chance every game.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at your final game. So ideally, you're going to have to win at least 4 of them.
yeah.
you've got no choice but to win at least 4 of them. You're not going to qualify in the top 4 by winning no less than 4. So you have to do that. But to be honest, with the games you've got left, so you've got a new team called Manor. So I don't know if you know anything about them. You've got CD Phoenix, AP Saints, Turnford, and Shan. Do any of those teams worry you in the slightest in terms of
not worry me, but Shan are looking good, but so are we. So.
Well, Ava, they have got a superb centre court player called Annabelle, and I cannot wait to see you play against her.
I play centre court, so.
Well, we have an Ava trust book, so.
We have superb centre as well, so.
That's what I'm saying. What we should have done, Martin, is the reason why Ruby said there's a new Ruby in town is because I asked the question about Ryland and their missing players, and one of those missing players was Ruby. You know Ruby from Ryland.
Yeah.
So Ruby basically turned around and said, "Don't worry, there's a new Ruby in town."
Right.
I think that Ruby is a wing attack as well, isn't she? Or she's centre court?
She's centre.
Yeah, she's centre. Yeah, but so those 5 games, apart from Shan, which you know is going to be a difficult game, all winnable in your eyes.
Yeah.
Well, and even if because we've got 2 national finals this season, we've got the 5th to 8th going against the 5th to 8th in the north. Would you still be happy with that? And would you still see that as an achievement if you went and won that competition?
Yeah, like any loss, any win, we always take as like, even if it's a big loss, like we'll always take it to, we won't take it to heart, we'll reflect
and take it as a learning point.
And if it's like a big win, we'll like easy win, we'll always celebrate that. And it's like, even losses, like if it's like a goal or 2 in it, we'll always come together as a team and just think about it, because we can definitely win it, like, yeah.
Well, you nearly won it 2 years ago, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were close. You just lost. Did you lose to AP Saints on the last day of the season, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sorry, girls. I was only just bringing it up, and I didn't mean to. Ava was like wanting to kill me. You're right. Is this your lovely coach on the side here?
Yeah, hi, Rick. The one
Alphabet, yeah.
That way.
This
Is
camera
it the coach
person.
you had a go at me when I suggested my tactical
she's
input?
probably a fan of you, Richard.
This is the coach that made us win.
Yeah, not you.
Well, she likes my cup of teas, so.
Yeah, she does.
That's the only good thing. Only if you get with it.
There is a question from Jem, by the way. What are your supports like? What's that all about?
Pardon?
Yeah.
What's that comment?
Jem, right, what are your supports like?
Is that your mum?
I think it's supporters, is it? What are your supporters? I think that's supposed to be what your supporters are like.
What are supporters?
As in coaches.
Well, I noticed you had a few additional supporters there on Saturday, which was nice to see.
Yeah, but it's so hard for us because obviously we're about 4 hours away from home, and I think that's what we lack as well, because we lack such gameplay down here, because the standard down here, obviously for us, is quite low, considering like the people we play at ENG.
We need a good challenge.
Yeah.
We're having to wake up at like 5:30 every morning, travel 3 hours, and then play 2 netball games. It's obviously we're not going to play our best.
Well, look, do you know what?
Excuses.
No.
I'm going to attack you on that, because when I played football, I had the South. I used to play Exeter, Torquay, Plymouth, Swansea, Cardiff. So I used to get up at 3-4 in the morning, just like you, to play a football match. It's not fun, is it?
No, it's not fun. You need to come down here.
No, but no one would travel down there. That's the problem.
What do you think we feel like?
No, but that's the problem. Like, I would love to bring netball more down to your region, but most clubs wouldn't travel.
Yeah, well, they're just missing out.
So we need to get the standard in your area up more.
Well, that was a bit of a wrong thing to say, I think, Rich.
Well, no, I agree.
They know. Girls,
It's an
we
interesting one,
normally-
though. If they came down to you down south, would they, you know what I mean, with the long drive, would they be as competitive? There you go. Interesting.
Girls, we normally do a quiz, but you haven't got
Yeah.
no pens or paper there, have you?
No.
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 Wait,
The
I've
quiz
got
is
my bag. Wait.
Oh, here we go.
Bye.
have you got time to do a quick quiz?
Yeah.
We can use our notes.
It's
I've
up
got
to
my
you.
notes.
If you've got time, we're going to do a quick quiz, and we're going to see if you.
Okay, yeah.
Bye, Richard.
Yes. See you later.
Bye. Didn't say bye to me.
No.
Sorry, our whole team is walking
Our whole
past our
team is
window.
We just finished our game.
Look, girls. Do you know what we do? Do you know what we do?
Oh, we won.
Do you know what we'll do? We'll bring you back on probably next week, and we'll do the quiz next week straight away. How's that sound?
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, you won't miss out on the ENG quiz.
yeah.
So before you go, give us a prediction of where you're going to place this season.
Prediction?
We're going to play
Well,
first.
top four.
At least.
Yeah, but what? Give me a Pacific position.
But first isn't obviously probably possible. 5 points is probably not possible. But
Third.
fourth.
Fourth.
Ooh.
Ella, you going for fourth?
Yeah, I think
Ruby? Third.
Third.
Who do you think the top four will be?
Us.
No, wait, Eagles aren't in it anymore, are they?
Us.
who are first? Bring that closer.
I reckon it'll be Shan. Wait, let me have a look. Can't really see.
You're like an optician.
I can't see it.
They look to your left. Look to your right.
Shan, Cross Keys.
Us.
No. Western Park Blades and us.
Oh,
Yeah.
controversial. So no Magic, no Ryland.
No,
Or
because
Tenford.
I don't like them.
Oh,
Oh.
There's a better Ruby.
Well,
rewind.
well,
Is this
I was about to
live?
say you're not going to get the chance because you've
Yes.
played Ryland already. So
Is this live?
yeah, it's live. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You mean it all. We don't
Ava, you never disappoint.
No.
But girls, it's been a pleasure having you. Have a great Christmas, and we look forward to seeing you in 2023. And we get to see if your prediction comes right.
Yes. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Not a problem,
Thank
girls.
you.
Bye.
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 Brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
We're getting back on next week to do the what do you call it, the quiz. But let's just quickly talk about the top four in this group. So at the moment, Shan, they are leading the way with 8 points. Then you've got Cross Keys, then you've got Ryland, then you've got Western Park Blades, then Magic, Turnford, Teambridge. So it's still a lot of teams there with a lot more netball to be played. It's going to be a very interesting end to the season. If we look at the current top four, it's hard to look past Shan, Cross Keys, or Ryland currently when you look at their squads and you look at the depth in their squads, you look at their consistency. Shan are obviously definitely favourites to win it, but they still have to play Ryland. They still have to play Teambridge. I think they still have to play Magic. So some tough games coming up for them. So it's not going to be a straightforward victory if they manage to do that. So some tough games coming up. But if I was to be a betting man, Martin, you have a little think as well. But I'm gonna go top four. Shan will win it in my eyes.
Yeah,
Cross Keys. Then I'm gonna go Ryland. So I'm gonna keep the top three the way they are. Then I'm gonna go Magic to come fourth.
I was gonna say the same thing.
So that's my prediction. Then I think Western Park Blades, Turnford, Teambridge. And to be fair, there's going to be a little battle there for the last spot in our championship finals, which I'm probably more excited about that one than I am the actual grand finals.
I can't say that.
No, but I am, because it gives clubs who just gives them the chance to put themselves on the national stage.
Yeah.
And it's going to be more unpredictable as well. So It's going to be It's going to be a lot more ifs and maybes in that one compared to the grand finals where you've got your Kingsway Power and you just know what you're getting from them. Like you just know that in order for a team to beat a team like that, you know they have to be so disciplined but whereas the championship ones, you're just going to see a very up and down day. Like 1 minute you think one team's going to win it, the next minute you think another team's going to win it. It's just going to be one of those type of competitions which will be just as entertaining and exciting as our grand finals. But I would say Western Park Blaze, Turnford, Teambridge, and I'm probably going to go AP Saints to fill up our championship finals currently based on what I've seen so far. But yeah, Martin, you sticking to what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was going to say Magic in fourth. I just think, they're doing well. I hear a lot of them from the side. Actually, I could hear a lot on Saturday. But yeah, I do see them becoming fourth. So I don't see any change there, to be fair. Quite simple. That's not like us to agree, mate. That's a little bit weird. I don't. It's all gone silent. Here comes the tumbleweed, everyone. We've got nothing to talk about. We can't be controversial. Right. Okay. Yeah.
But Martin, let's go to the under-12 Southern Conference because we had a great day a couple of weeks back doing this, but I was away last week, so we couldn't do a live stream. But we had a superb group of games. And we're just going to go through them very quickly just to give everyone a little insight into what's happening in this league. Then we'll move into this weekend, what's happening this weekend. So on November the 5th... Sorry, say that again?
You're going to cover the under-15s? Happen.
Oh, yeah, and the under-15s. So, we'll do the 12s first, then we'll do the 15s.
Okay. All right, good.
So, November the 5th was our third round. We avoid the first game. Second game, Paul versus Shan. Shan, again, if you don't know Shan, you're definitely going to know Shan by the time this season's over. That's for sure. They win 31.
The Shan is it's turning heads, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going to be on the map for sure. Like with Stars last season, Shan are our new we're kind of showcasing, these up and coming clubs and letting everyone know there's new kids on the block type of thing. So
have you had a newbie turn up and win a league yet? I don't think you have.
Yeah, Stars.
It's Stars. I thought they played a season before.
No, but in another age group.
All right. Okay.
Oh, but if you mean a new team coming in who has never done any age group, no, we've never had that. No.
My God, I got a fact out before you did, Richard. That's unbelievable. What's going on?
Mate.
Looking good. Yeah, go on then.
Then Western Park Blades All Stars 28-9. So well done to Western Park Blades. Then Shan against Western Park Blades. Good win again from Shan. Western Park Blade did start well that game, but in the end, Shan's quality shone through. Then we had a fantastic afternoon. It was a quality afternoon of netball. It was Sutton Town had two tough games, and their first game was against Teambridge, 28-21 win. Then Ryland, probably the biggest, apart from Oldham and the Ellesmere Port game, where Ellesmere Port won in the under-12s league, Ryland beat Stars. Ryland were not the favourites to win this game, but we got one of the biggest shocks of the season. The game was amazing, and especially I think it's Ryland's goal defence. It was just incredible. So 21-18 Ryland won, and it kind of helped market the league by saying, look, we do have these unpredictable outcomes. It's because the environment leans to it. The environment is built and it's so intense out there that anything can happen type of thing. So well done to Ryland there. Then Turnford against Teambridge, another fantastic game. Turnford in the last minute got the win. Then Sutton Town played Stars, and it was just, do you remember this game, Martin? It was crazy, 26-25. The goal to win the game was in the last 5 seconds. And I can imagine there's people at home who watch your live stream and go, blow your whistle, it's gone.
it now.
Everyone has to remember Martin and Mai's time are slightly out. Like,
Yeah, we're just there as a notification, just a bit there to say, look, this is how much time's left. And,
but to be fair, the goal actually went in for Sutton Town when it was 2 seconds to go. So I'm glad it didn't say 0, because people might have said, well, your live stream said 0. And so it did go in on 2 seconds to go when I started going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, yeah, Sutton Town, great performance, great win. And then finally, Turnford won against Ryland in the final game, which meant Turnford got their first back-to-back wins of the season. So well done to Turnford, and well done to Sutton Town, and especially well done to Ryland, who went against the form book, and also well done to Stars, who were so. Sometimes when teams lose, I kind of a bit apprehensive about interviewing them, because some people throw their toys out the pram, and it's like, I don't want to do an interview because I've lost, type of thing. But Stars, not only did they lose, they were so honourable in the loss. They accepted it. They knew they could have done better, maybe. They knew they'd come up against good teams. They'd done a fantastic interview afterwards. Complete, utter professionalism. So well done to Stars in particular. Because it's easy to do the interviews when you've won, but when you've lost...
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, it's easy to be positive about the world when everything's going well. But when it's going wrong, can you still stay positive? That's the hard bit. But if we look at the table, because again we've had the Eagles drop out of the league, it's not changed dramatically, but it's changed enough, so we can basically, new narratives have now formed. So Sutton Town are top of the league with 5 wins out of 5. Then Turnford have jumped from, I think, 5th up to 2nd. They're joint top with Sutton Town, but they have played a game more. Shan have got 100% wins, and they've played 1 game less than Sutton Town. You got Stars still in the mix. Team Bridge are in the mix. Western Park Blades are in the mix.
That is close. It's all close.
I would say anything from Western Park Blades upwards is probably going to be your top 6, and then you've got your little battle at the bottom between 7th and 12th. Yeah, should be a really good second half of the season. So well done to the under 12s a couple of weeks ago. And if we go to the under 15s,
Maya's happy. Maya. Yes, Sutton Town, first in the league. Look at that. Woo, big facts.
Oh, yeah, I think got Lily in here, who I sponsor. If it is Lily I sponsor, hello, Lily. She's playing again this week. I say to Lily, I don't want you being the best in your age group. I want you being the best in the older age group. So I'm not there this Saturday. So mate, I'll get hopefully Martin to give me some feedback. You all right doing that, Martin?
I will be, mate. Providing I fix Frank, and I
can't be too harsh. I know what you like, Martin.
Ah, mate. I chase the ball. I'm a cameraman, you know. I'll give you some updates, mate.
Okay.
What's the live stream anyway? So
we had on Sunday our under 15 Southern Conference. And me and Martin always look forward to the under 15 leagues, because
I love the under 15 league, mate. Oh, just love it.
It is brutal out there. It is a war zone out there, and it definitely was on Sunday. So, Team Bridge, they played Eagles, but I'm in the danger of repeating myself a lot. But unfortunately, Eagles dropped out. So, MK Dons have replaced them. It ended up being a 12-0 win to Team Bridge. But if we look at the actual game, Eagles won it quite convincingly, but not in it no more. AP Saints then played Charmwood Rutland. I've got to say, Charmwood Rutland played brilliantly in this game. They really did put AP Saints under pressure. And I just like Charmwood. I think they're just an honest team. Like they come to the league with just that, with just the kind of mindset of just wanting to play netball, wanting to play against the best teams. They enjoy, every aspect of the game, whether they win or losing. And it's just lovely to see that organic type of energy with someone just there, just to enjoy their netball and just to play hard. And whatever happens, happens. But as long as they play hard, they work hard, then that's all they can do, and they accept it. And so well done to Charmwood. I do enjoy watching you. Then we had Paul versus Teambridge, and like I said on my online, Paul are no mood this season to kind of give anyone anyone the impression they do not want to win this league or win the national finals. I compare them to a Ferrari, and I've told this to the AP Saints girls. Like, a Ferrari is smooth, it turns heads, but at the same time, it's a dangerous piece of kit, isn't it, Martin?
Yes.
So for me, Paul, like, there's some teams who are like Subarus. You know a Subaru's coming, but sometimes the engine packs up.
Turbo goes.
Yeah, because it's so aggressive and it's so, like, it just blows up. Then you fix it and you come back. But with Paul, it's just smooth, slick, but dangerous at the same time. So yeah, Paul are in no mood to mess around this season. 63-14, they won their first game. Then we had
I'd rather class them as a McLaren, but there we go.
Yeah, yeah, you can do. And then the final game of the day was Paul versus Charnwood Rutland, and look, the scores are relatively similar. 1 goal out, and Paul win that one again. So well done, Paul. They go back to the top of table with a ridiculous goals for 231-4 and goal difference 174. So yeah, it's quite incredible that they of their ability, like, just to keep scoring and have that ruthlessness, because they do generally want to show the country, we're Paul, we're the best, then this is what you've got to do to beat us, type of thing. And yeah, fair play to them.
I can tell you I'm looking forward to the last game of the season.
Well, if anyone's interested, like, again, Martin might have trouble with this, but if anyone's interested, if Martin can do it and can make it on Sunday, we potentially have Paul. Well, we have got Paul versus Turnford on Sunday. We've got Paul Diamonds, the under-15s, against Turnford, and I know Turnford might have a mix of players in there, but it's going to be relatively the rivalry game that we just love. So yeah, if anyone's at home and they feel like they've got nothing to do or they want a bit of entertainment, well, I'm telling you now, you do not want to miss Paul versus Turnford, that's for sure. Like, it's going to be the first game of Group B. So,
do you know what? Do you know what I'm thinking? Year on year, you have that celebrity game match, Turnford versus Paul.
We're getting back when they're in their 50s, and we're
you know what I mean? Yes, I mean, every year on year, the same team comes back and they fight it out. Because these two are just, I've watched them through the years, and it's just like, do you know what? I am looking forward to it. I might even get Jack to do all the camera controls. I'm going to sit there with my popcorn and watch and shout from the side myself. You go, are you working? No, I'm watching this. I'm sat here watching this. But yeah, it's looking good at the top there, definitely, mate.
Yeah,
and
still
look,
good.
AP Saints are up there as well. So
yeah, well, they've got Turnford next after Christmas, which should be a good game. Yeah, again, it's just, I just love competitive sport. I love and the best thing about these, like, especially Paul, Turnford, with and AP Saints, and Sutton Town, what other team? Yeah, those 4 teams in particular, we've kind of built a relationship over, like, since they were under 12. So we've been working with these teams, under 12s, under 13s, under 14s, and now under 15s. So when I kind of go into the refreshments area, I just chat to them like they're my mates, type of thing. Like, all right, guys, yeah, what's going on? And Paul do this really weird thing where they pretend they don't like me. Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. Like,
they do, don't they? Yeah.
Like, I speak to the Turnford girls, and they're like, "Yeah, you're right. How's things going? Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, cool. It's all good." And we have a little chat. Whereas I go to Paul, and they do this really weird, like, they look away when I'm talking to them. And it's like, did you all kind of come up with this? Did you all agree that when Richard walks into the room, we're just going to pretend we don't like him?
Mate,
Because
they give,
you're not
they give
fooling.
us
They're not
funny
fooling
stuff.
anyone. They're not fooling anyone.
Do you know what? I haven't really picked up on it until you just said that. And actually, I've just said like memories from Sunday. And you said something, and then they, you know, what I mean, they retort back, and it was just like, yeah, it's that.
Well, apparently, Sasha, Martha in particular, they've got a picture of me and they pray to the ENG god.
I can guarantee
every
that's
evening.
not there, but if it is, girls, please put it in the comments because I'd like to know. And please don't be rude.
Please keep your league going. They might get another medal off me, but the way they're going on and the way they don't listen to me or want to talk to me, when I go to hand, do you know what? I might replace that lovely gold medal with a 99p one.
Don't, mate. Don't play around with the medals because you know how much the medals are appreciated.
If a pool player's watching right now, they need to come into the comments and apologize in the comments, and I will give them a proper medal.
Right, cut that out. Put that on social media. If I get abuse on my feed, I'm coming for you, Richard. So,
well, before we go, let's have a look at this weekend. We are in the north and we're in the south. So let's start with the under-14s Northern Conference. A very, very competitive league, and it's the Treble Chasers League. It's the Kingsway Power unbeaten, you know, AI robots, you know, unbelievable. Like, it's just astounding how good this team is. So let's look at what we've got planned. So we've got Ribble Valley versus Oldham. Great start to the day. Chester versus Saddleworth. Wyre versus Ribble Valley. Oldham versus Saddleworth. And Wyre versus Chester. So the first 5 games are just packed full of entertainment. Like, come on. Is this not the best league in the country or not? Then we have Grangetown versus Leeds. A much improved Grangetown against Leeds is under 13s. There is a couple of under 14s in there. So good game there. Then Kingsway Power versus Macclesfield. Oaksway versus Grangetown, so a local derby. Then Kingsway Power versus Leeds. Very interested in this game because we know how formidable Kingsway Power are. But this Leeds team, I'm just interested in how they do. I think if they do well against this Kingsway Power team and drop down to the under 13s, it just gives them a marker for where they're at when they play them. So, I'm looking forward to that one. Then the final game of the day is Oaksway versus Macclesfield. So a good set of games, like 10 really good competitive games. Then we've got the under 13s Southern Conference. So another good game to start the day, to be fair. We've got Stars versus Southend Sapphires. Southend Sapphires, new team in the league. Sapphires. And Stars continue this winning run. This particular team haven't been beat yet in our leagues, so they're continuing this winning run. Sutton Town are unbeaten. They're against AP Saints, so should be a good little game there. Charnwood Rutland versus Southend Sapphires, so 2 new teams in the league going head to head. Then you have Stars versus AP Saints. Then Sutton Town versus Charnwood Rutland. Turnford, who will be hoping to beat Stars to the league title this season, along with Sutton Town. They've got Paul. Then CD Phoenix will play Turnford's B team. Then Magic will play Paul. Turnford will play CD Phoenix. And Turnford B will play Magic Netball Club. So Magic, who are bottom of the league there, they'll be hoping to get their first wins of the season. Paul will be hoping to get a few wins. CD Phoenix, look, after this weekend, that whole kind of, I don't see the top 3 changing, but from 4th down, there could be a lot. There could be a lot of changes in this league.
Ooh, they could be actually, couldn't they?
So, good action-packed Saturday ahead for the easily the greatest youth sports league. I'm not just netball. In any sport, this is the greatest league in the country. So we're going to keep this train rolling. and we're going to get to Christmas, have a little break, then 2023, Martin. Oh my word! Oh my God!
After this show's finished, I'm on with my third party trying to fix the issues that they've caused, but they better have that ready for 2023. Else, I ain't going to be happy, mate, because it's going to play.
That's when all those big games kick in. Like no one, when you turn on the TV and you hear all this negativity, no one's interested. All they care about is this league's. Exactly. They care about who's going to win, who's going to come in the top 4, who's coming 5th to 8th, who's going to get relegated, who's going to escape relegation,
who's in the grand finals,
who's going to be playing who in the grand finals, the championship finals. It's just going to be mental. So, thank you so much tonight, Martin,
Thank you, everybody
doing the stream. Remember to follow us on social media. If you haven't been catching these games and you would like to catch them because of the issues, the issues with the website Martin's been having, you can still go online. You can still book them. I can assure you, I know they're not live, but wow, they're packed full of entertainment. So you can go on FBLstreamslive.com and you can order these games. And coaches, if you're watching,
order these games. Subscribe.
But coaches, don't forget.
Quite simple. You just go here. Look, they're all there.
Great information.
They're all there. Look, it's all there. Oh, we've got to log in again. It's just that easy to log in, he says. But they're all there. They're all in there. Look, all the games are there. I've still got to put a few things up. But also, I am going to put it on YouTube if I can't get this website. Well, not me, but get them to get it worked. So they'll still be streamed, people. They'll still be streamed. It just won't, it'll be on YouTube, which isn't the best thing for me. But there we go. But yes, sorry, Richard, carry on.
No, and we keep the momentum, and we look forward to another great weekend of competitive sport. So netballers, you are continuing to showcase. We're going to always continue to showcase your brilliance. You're definitely not going to be in the back seat when ENG are around. The light is firmly shining upon you.
Yeah, and so are the cameras. Yes.
The
only league, mate. The only league every game's live streamed. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. How many people can say that? Hey.
Not many.
Not many. Right. Okay.
Nice one, Martin.
No.
Have a good evening.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
In a bit.